Hi guys, I hope you're having an amazing day. I'm super excited to review and test and do first impressions on Urban Decay Born to Run collection. It is super hot here in Montreal. We are under the heat wave and right now in this room is 33 degrees Celsius. I have no idea how much it is in Fahrenheit. But yeah, I purchased most of them, but not all. I decided to go with products that I will most likely like and use. Obviously, of course, I got the Urban Decay Born to Run eyeshadow palette. This is the external packaging. It is really beautiful and stunning, and it just like the whole idea is amazing. I also got the Urban Decay 24 out of 7 Glide On Eye Pencil. That's how the packaging looks like, very shiny and stunning. So I got the one in the shade Double Life, which is reddish brown metallic. They also have dark metallic copper that's called Lucky. Well, it's called dark metallic copper, but it's more like lighter. I figured I would have more use out of Double Life. And they have Overdrive, which is a deep green metallic. The color looks really pretty. I just figured out I already have some pencils in my collection that are the same color, so I probably should grab something that I don't have. So yeah, I grabbed only Double Life. And then I got the lipstick. That's how the packaging looks, really pretty. They have 3 lipsticks in the collection. I got the one that is called Comfort Matte 66, which is a rich mauve nude. Out of all of them, I think it's the only one that is on metallic, so I figure that's the color that I'll probably wear out of all of them. They also have shade Marfa, which is more like dark berry with pink micro shimmer. I figured out I'll never wear that one. And they have the color called Ready, which is a bright rose sparkle. That color looks really stunning online. Would I wear it? Probably not, so I didn't grab it. And I also didn't grab the Urban Decay spray. It's the same spray as the all-nighter. It's just different packaging, so I didn't see the point of grabbing the same spray. I have already 2 bottles of the all-nighter, so no point for me. I'm gonna try these 3 products. I'm really having high hopes for that. And let's jump into the video. I'm gonna zoom you in closer. We're gonna start with the eyes. And I want you guys to see how it all blends. But first of all, let's open the package and let's swatch it. Let's start with the Born to Run eyeshadow palette. That's how it looks on the outside. Really pretty, really nice. Outside it has this like different pictures of travel and it is really pretty. It has 21 eyeshadows, each 0.80 grams. And let's open it. So this is how the palette looks inside. Honestly, when I saw it, I wanted it right away. It is such an amazing, gorgeous palette. You have, how many you have? The 1, 2, 3. You have 8 mattes and the rest are shimmers, I assume. So yeah, they're really pretty. I cannot wait to play with them, and I think we're gonna go today with the... I have no idea what are we gonna go today with. So I'm gonna do some swatches before we start. The first row we have Breakaway, Stranded, Blaze, Weekender, Still Shot, Reef, Good as Gone. The second row is Halorite, Baya, probably Baya or Baja, I don't know. Accelerate, Guilt Trip, Ignite, Smoke, and Wanderlust. And the last row we have Wild Heart, Punk, Double Life, Jet, Drift, Radio, Big Sky. All the shimmers swatched really beautiful. I want to try them on. I want to put them all on my face. I can't wait to try them all. The mattes were a little bit on the drier side, but honestly, they're so soft on the touch and feel so silky. I hope they will blend really good. So let me guys zoom you in so you can see closer, and we're gonna start with the eyes. So I already primed my eyes and I set them. I used MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot in the shades of Ochre. I always use it as my holy grail. Ride or Die. And I set it with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette. I use the shade Tempura. This is the shade. I really like the shade to set my eye makeup, but honestly you can use any shade that you have. I also like using Wet n Wild single eyeshadow in the shade Brûlée. I really like and I really enjoy using this one to set my unders. I just felt the shade Weekender, which I was initially planning to use, was a bit too dark. So I figured out I'll start with something light. If anything, I can always go darker, right? I think I want to go in the shade Weekender and just soften up the crease a little bit and see how it all goes and if it is actually darker and if my decision was good. There's some kickback. Be aware of that. They are powdery. Yeah, the shade look appears a little bit too dark, so it was a good decision to go the shade lighter to set my eyes. Let's try the shade Still Hot, the pink, the pinkish matte. I'm gonna apply it in my crease. Also really powdery, but there is pigment. And I see no issues blending it so far. There's not as much kickback as the shade Weekender. I feel like Weekender just a tiny bit softer. I want to go in the shade Reef, the warm brown one, and also apply it in the crease, focusing more on the lower part. Reef has a tiny bit more kickback than Still Shot. I don't mind when eyeshadows are powder, as long as they blend and they perform and they pigment it and they last all day. Guys, it's so hot in here. I'm trying to pre-film as much as I can because I'm getting married next Saturday and I want the videos to be uploaded still no matter what. So right now I pretty much came from work and I sit down to film and play with the palette. Also has to do that I can't wait to try this palette. It is really pretty warm brown. Also no issues blending that color. I want to go to the berry shade Hellride, that's the shade, and apply it on the outer corner, focusing more on the outer side of my eye to make it a little bit deeper. Not as much kickback, but a lot of product comes on the brush. I'm scared. I have a slight issue blending it. It just keeps grabbing in weird spots and just... It is cute, but it just grabs in some spots and it kind of looks weird and not as vibrant as I want it to be. It's kind of strange. It definitely doesn't look as vibrant as it looks in the pan. So you can compare, like this one is like super bright and berry and it just doesn't show up the same on the eyes. I'm gonna go in the shade Pan, the brown shade, and focus closer to the outer corner and just try to create the depth. This color doesn't have that much of a kickback. I don't know, I'm just not feeling this matte colors. Let's try the shimmers. I want to go with the Double Life, that's the color, and I'm going to use my finger and try to apply it nice and pretty. There's some fallout when I apply the double Life. I'm going to grab a smaller flat brush and just clean the edges. I want to try to wet and see if it performs any better. Kind of performs the same as with the finger. I want to go in the shade Stranded, the yellow gold shade, and also use the finger and apply it closer to the inner corner. That shade is so pretty. Guys, I try not to watch any videos, any reviews of this palette so I can actually give you like a first impressions video. And it's really hard because this palette is like pretty much everywhere. I just would not read, would stop the videos if I see anything that has anything to do with this palette. I think I'm done for the upper part of the look. I know it doesn't look too much complete. Let me finish the rest of my makeup and I'll come back and we're gonna try the pencil and the lipstick. So I finished the rest of the makeup except the eyes. I didn't apply mascara or anything and I didn't do the lips yet. So I finished the lower lash and I applied the Still Shot and Reef. I just smudged it underneath and that was it. I also applied Breakaway, the whitish color on the brow bone. And I tried to do it on the inner corner. It didn't give me any glow, just matte kind of. So I tried to do the blaze, not really. And then I tried to apply some stranded. It is there, but it's not like my highlighter. So yeah, the eyes are pretty much done. The only thing I want to do try the eyeliner. I have a pretty good idea in terms of where I stand with this palette. So in terms of matte, I'm not the biggest fan of this palette for the mattes. They're just not as pigmented, they're not as vibrant, and some of them don't really blend well. They are powdery and some of them have a lot of kickback. That has nothing to do, like it doesn't make me say that this eyeshadow is bad. No, like I love my Anastasia Beverly Hills and it has so much kickback. But if you're looking into this palette because of the mattes, like you like the warm tone matte, I honestly would suggest not to waste your money on this palette, but rather get the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance. The colors are pretty much identical in the palette. Like you're gonna see a lot of similarities, but the difference between Anastasia and Urban Decay, these colors actually blend. They're pigmented, they stay whole day. And as you can see, I don't know if the camera picks up or not, I reach for the shadows. They're that good. Like, I like this palette, even though I'm not a warm tone lover, but surprisingly, I reach for this palette a lot, and it just is really, really good palette. I highly recommend that one over this one if you are looking for mattes. Now, if you're more interested in shimmers and you don't mind that mattes are not the best quality, I would say go for it. This is an incredible palette in terms of shimmers. There's so many of them. How many do you get? 1, 2? I think you get 14 shimmers. And all of them are so pigmented. They're pretty, they're stunning, they are beautiful. I'm gonna swatch them. Like, they swatch really pretty, and the one thing that I probably would suggest is to apply it with your fingers or a wet brush, because dry brush will not apply it as good. But like, I'm enjoying my eye look. Don't get me wrong, this palette you can make it work. It just I would expect more color from this palette. But as I said, the shimmers are great. If you're looking just for the shimmers, you want to get these shimmers in your collection, I would say go for it. I can see myself reaching for that. I have a lot of matte palettes that I like to reach for, but they don't necessarily have a lot of shimmers. So this is definitely a palette that is great for my personal addition. I would not recommend it to someone that sees this palette as the only one because of plainly because of the mattes. Personally, shimmers yes, mattes no. Let's move to the next item in our list. We're gonna try eye pencil. So that's how it looks on the outer side. And the inside is very similar to all the pencils Urban Decay has. I guess this one is special because of the color. So as I said, we have Double Life, and I suspect that Double Life is gonna be identical to the Double Life color in the palette. That's the Double Life color in the palette. I just swatched it, and yep, it is exactly identical. So that's the Double Life from the palette. The color that is the pencil, slightly darker, but it's very much similar in the shade. That is so strange. Why would you release a pencil that is similar in color? So it looks like Double Life, the pencil that I got, is the only pencil, is the only shade that appears in the palette. The other two, Lucky and Overdrive, do not appear in the palette. So keep that one in mind. I think I'm gonna try and apply it as an eyeliner, even though I probably will never do that again. It is creamy. One thing that I don't like particularly about this pencil is that I have to be very careful because it kind of breaks. That's one eye with the eyeliner. I find that it crumbles a lot and it doesn't want to slide. It is very like soft and it just breaks so much and it just doesn't want to slide and leave the pigment behind, and I'm kind of screwing up my makeup. I am not loving the pencil. Probably gonna try to apply it in the waterline just to see. Doesn't want to stay in the waterline, but it's good for the lower lash. So the only way kind of I see myself reaching for this pencil if I want to apply it to the lower lash, it doesn't want to stay in your waterline, it just slides. I don't like what it did to my shadow. I'm gonna try to fix the situation a little bit. So the pencil looks pretty. Do I like it? Not so much. It's too soft and it crumbles and it just slides. It slides really, like, if you apply it in the lower lash, it works really fine. It's not gonna stay in your waterline. It barely stayed in there. One of the lower lines doesn't have anything actually. I'm gonna apply my mascara and we're gonna move to the lipstick, and then I'm gonna give you final first impression thoughts on the products. Alright, the final product to try is the lipstick. So I have the shade 66 Comfort Matte. That's how it looks on the outer side. Similar packaging to the eyeshadow palette. Same theme. When you open it, it is a very pretty mauve nude. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna apply the lipstick on my lips and see how it all goes. So that's how the color looks on my lips. I'm not the biggest fan of the Urban Decay smell. It smells like Vaseline, like expired lipstick kind of thing. The color feels really comfortable. I don't understand how this Comfort Matte, it looks more like a satin finish. It doesn't look like it's matte to me. Maybe it will set down. It has this brown undertone. It's just not the greatest with my skin tone, I find. I kind of thought it would be slightly lighter. The color is pretty. It kind of makes me look weird, just not my color, but the color itself is pretty, and as I said, it doesn't look like it's a matte finish, it's a more satin finish, so I'm not really sure what they're going with. The other thing that I kind of find weird on the website, on the Sephora website, it says that the three colors, which are two shimmers and one of them is more like a mauve nude, rich mauve nude, excuse me. They're designed to complement your everyday look. I'm not really seeing how you can wear shimmer lipstick as an everyday look. It just doesn't goes in my head. So I'm kind of really much confused with the lipstick, and it's the fact that it says Comfort Matte. Like, where the heck is the matte? Still looks shiny to me, if I'm concerned. So let's summarize my first impressions on the collection. The palette, I really like it for the shimmers, not so much for the mattes. It didn't wow me. If you're looking for some matte colors in the similar shades, I would suggest you to go with Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance. Same idea, but mattes do blend well and they are pigmented. In terms of the shimmers, I really like the shimmers. I can see myself reaching for them. I find them very unique. Like, majority of the colors I don't even have in my collection, so I'm pretty happy about that. For the pencil, I don't understand. Like, that's my fault, kind of, I guess. I should have read it that why would you release a pencil and the eyeshadow the same exactly shade? Like, I understand the other two, but this one was kind of wasted of my money. I would not recommend this. I would expect more from the pencil, probably. In terms of the lipstick, this is definitely not a matte shade. It is more satin shade. This is not my cup of tea. This is just the colors. The preference is not for me. I'm pretty sure someone will enjoy it. I don't see myself reaching for other shimmer colors, so I never got it, and I'm pretty happy that I didn't do it. Yeah, that was a kind of harsh review, I guess, but it is my thoughts. If you think different, it's all good. People experience it differently. I hope you enjoyed the video. I tried to give you as much feedback as I could possibly do in my first impressions, and thanks for watching. Have a good day. Please subscribe if you haven't already. You can also follow me on my Instagram, and I'll see you in the next video. Mwah.